Tuesday, June 30th, 2015. It's now after 9 in the evening, and I myself have just, was out in the kitchen to take and clean out my pet guinea pig friend Ernie's cage, get that chore done, because that's important, animal care is important, and many of us people on the autism spectrum are actually very good at animal care, which is because, and of course we, as I said before, we autistics on the autism spectrum are, naturally drawn to, being around animals, because with our cognitive social functioning deficits, the way animals behave and the way they animals have much more simpler communications, that are much more obvious, when they're angry or when they're upset or when they was scared or when they're feeling happy and whatever, they're much easier to to read, and understand their feelings. And of course today I spent time up at the Derry, New Hampshire's Community Public Access Television Studio, where I uploaded and edited the footage that I shot this past Friday, over in the city of Haverhill, Massachusetts, which is of course over that way, of course, and I was at the grand opening of the new adult day program facility for the organization Opportunity Works, which works with the developmentally disabled in the lower Merrimack River Valley, in Massachusetts. And of course I had to be there, not just do the shooting for Derry Community Television, but I also had to be there because I am on the board of directors of Asperger Works, which is based in Lawrence, and we are just still trying to get up and off the ground and running to start helping Asperger autism adults, adults in the upper end of the spectrum, to take in with obtaining and maintaining employment throughout the adult lifespan. Because that's one aspect of adult life, which adults with Asperger's can do, which of course many young adults on the autism with Asperger's, they fall through the cracks after the individual education plan ends, usually at age 18, or in which the cases up to age 21, but for people on the upper end of the spectrum, the IEP plans pretty much end at on the autism spectrum, and with Asperger's, what they call high functioning autism. Well, of course, I don't like to use the words high functioning, low functioning because all the autism spectrum, regardless of functional level, end up falling off the cliff, and where's the services? And Voc Rehab doesn't know what the hell to do with us, still, because their mindset is still like back in the 1940s, when the big giant glut of disabled veterans hit the workplace, after World War II. And in many ways, with it, vocational rehabilitation for the disabled, they will serve and help veterans first before they help adults who were born disabled. It just simply shows some of their priorities. That at least what I've experienced with it here in the state of New Hampshire. So anyways, that tomorrow I've got to be busy because, like I said, I've got to take and be down in Cambridge. Was it down by the Fresh Pond Parkway to take and meet up with disabled filmmaker Alex Freeman, who I know, who has severe cerebral palsy himself, and he takes and he is shooting video for his latest video project, or getting interviews. That wants to get interviews with people with disabilities who have been victims of violence. Either on the streets, or who have experienced childhood abuse and neglect. Because not all disabled people, grow up in an ideal, home environment. And things are what they are. I'll just put it that way. So and of course Alex Freeman knows about me and my video work for Derry, New Hampshire Community Public Access Television. And most of my work now is I'm trying to concentrate on the stuff that's going on in the disability community. Not just in the autism spectrum, but also with the cerebral palsy disabilities community, and other people with spina bifida, osteogenesis, and intellectual disabilities. I know quite a few people, and of course I've got to take and sign off now, so well anyways, that's today's video weblog.